Welcome back to Blueprints. I'm Akanar, and this is day 44. Let's get it going. Day 43 was a trophy day. We got not one, but 2 trophies. We got the solve in the gallery. That's really the headline. And I'm still stoked about that one. Honestly, I feel like there should be a trophy for solving the gallery and not for room 8. Now, I don't know, maybe room 8 is just as tough in some ways, but we managed to get the solution in what felt like much shorter order compared to the gallery. So, but regardless, we did get the room 8 trophy. We can check our trophy list here real quick and note our progress. Trophy 8 has been acquired, as well as the Explorer's Trophy, completing that Mount Holly room directory. And I forgot at the time. I was thinking about it after recording. I was like, oh, did we get 8 trophies? Is that 8 trophies that we have now? And then I moved on to doing something else and I forgot to check. And somebody in the comments reminded me that we did, in fact, with our trophy 8, acquire our 8th trophy. How fitting was that? Trophy 8 was, in fact, trophy number 8. So we've got 8 trophies now. And I do remember there being something in the gift shop that we could purchase when we have 8 trophies. When we had 8 trophies. Why was my cursor invisible there for a second? We have a reason to draft the gift shop again. So we'll be looking for that. It is a rare room. For some reason, I thought it was unusual. It's rare. Okay, yeah, it doesn't show up that often, does it? Did we have a chance to adjust it in the conservatory? I don't know. But we do have ways of making shops more common. We have the secret passage. We also have the the chess room buff. The castle puzzle is there that I haven't figured out yet. But the castle, or the chess puzzle that lets you choose a new buff, which right now we have our buff Mantle of the Night buff is what I'm calling it. We could pick are they all called mantles? The Mantle of the King, if I remember correctly, allows you to pick a color at the start of the day, and we could choose yellow to make shops more common. So if we really have trouble getting to the gift shop, we could do that. We also have reason to get to another shop at some point, but we'll talk about that momentarily. Those of you who have watched day 43, I'm going to pick this up now. Those of you who have watched day 43 will know that we'll know why the laundry room is now going to be on our list of to-dos. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. And me trying to ignore a little bit longer the embarrassment of the aquarium. But we'll talk about that eventually. Right now, the first order of business is the outer room and seeing what happens when we pick an antechamber. I'm trying not to get my hopes up here. In one mind, I was building up the anticipation. Ooh, antechamber in the outer room. But then on the other hand, we already had the disappointment of the foundation. We've had the disappointment of the entrance hall. I'm not putting high hopes on the antechamber because as far as I'm concerned, there's just a bunch of rocks behind all these closed doors. And when we pick this, the first thing we're going to be greeted with is another closed door because none of the antechamber doors are open yet, right? Oh, okay. There is an exception, apparently, when the antechamber is in the outer room. They do give you that first antechamber door. So we don't necessarily have to draft a wait room to open the southern-facing door of presumably both antechambers. What's going to be here? It is a basement key. We had the presence of an allowance token in our duplicate entrance hall, an allowance token that was in place of the microchip that was previously found in the broken vase. I wondered if, an allowance token or maybe in some faraway and much more friendly universe of Blueprints, maybe there'd be a Sanctum key here. I had hopes. Okay, well, we could do something right now. And we have 67 steps, so why don't we do the thing right now? Because my curiosity is piqued, and it must not be allowed to be unpeaked before being what's the word? Satisfied. Yeah, we're gonna go straight to the Sanctum, and we're gonna flip that Rogue Moon lever, and I have to think that this is going to open both Rogue Moon doors, right? Because if not, I don't know how the heck you're supposed to open those doors in the second antechamber, our duplicated antechamber. But I'm not holding out hope. I do not have high expectations of anything interesting being behind these doors. Any of these doors, it's just going to be a bunch of rocks. That's all it's going to be. Don't think any more of it. But we have to try. This was the most likely candidate. We talked about it last time. The logic that seems to be apparent from Lady Epson's diary. I'm just thinking, if this doesn't work out, what is the next? I'm always start thinking of, you know, moves ahead. What would be the room after this that we would want to put in the outer room when we manage to get the blessing of the monk once again? Could it be room 46 itself? I don't know if we talked about that possibility, but I think I had kind of discounted. I had kind of thrown out that possibility because, as far as I can tell, the original room 46 doesn't have any exits. But at the same time, my gamer name is Akanar. And that means that the idea of climbing into a fireplace in the Mist Library, it definitely has occurred to me. I think we've even talked about it. The idea of climbing into the fireplace in room 46, and maybe there's more to it, because there is a puzzle in room 46 that we need to solve regarding 8 realms and putting those 8 realms in the correct order. And on that topic, we might actually be able to solve that right now. Yes, we do need to open one last Sanctum key door, but it's possible with the information that we've got now with 7 postcards, we might be able to, like, you know, fill in that last blank. No way. Antechamber. The grounds. And the shrine statue is here? I love the no music. I mean, maybe I don't love it because it's actually a little bit unsettling, because there's been other momentous moments in the game. Momentous moments. You usually have some big epic theme that kicks in, like we had with the Arindian ruins, and I would expect something similar here. Was the statue in the shrine headless like this, or is the head actually like stuck into the ceiling? Man, it is so eerily quiet here. Let's just read the note. Gosh dang it, read the note. Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone, heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. What? Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone. Heavy is the crown, ready is the throne. Okay, we've got another wonderful word puzzle here. Our favorites. Our favorites. Heavy is the crown. We have a crown of the blueprints that's in our coat check. Ready is the throne. We now have a throne room that we could have made more common last time in the conservatory. I don't know what the reference is to the scepter. Steady is the scepter. And I don't know deadly is the stone. But it did a thing, guys. We got the antechamber in the outer room, and it actually did lead to a new room. Sort of a new room, but it's like the shrine. We got to like the shrine in its undrafted form. I don't know what to make of it. But the other obvious part of this note is the fact that this is the cursed coffers, isn't it? This is the cursed coffers. And now I kind of want to open the cursed coffers. The cursed coffers. We didn't have a key that opened the cursed coffers, but we theoretically could have opened it with a sledgehammer. But it was like really warning us, are you really, really, really sure that you want to do this? And I was, because of that warning, definitely not sure that I wanted to open the cursed coffers. Steady is the scepter, deadly is the stone. I also was looking to see, like, does the first letter of these words spell anything? It doesn't seem like it. Steady, deadly, heavy, ready. Scepter, stone, crown, throne. We do have this castle puzzle. No, not castle puzzle. The cutscene that we got from Alzara, the last Alzara cutscene talked. No, not the Alzara cutscene. It was not. It was the cutscene when we opened the Arindian ruins, and we saw on the computer terminal a bunch of binary strings, which may or may not be important. But we also saw the words castle, cloak, and crown. Checks notes. Cloak. Oh no, it was not crown. It was court. Okay, so I don't know where crown fits in here, or it's not connected to that 3 microchips cutscene that I thought it might be. We're gonna have to mull that one over. says the guy every time that he plays Blueprints, because this is always how I feel. This is the ongoing feeling. And also, wait a second, is this is a different note, isn't it? Hold on. Okay, now we do have to. I didn't bring up my notes on screen for the note just a moment ago, but here in this case, I will. I was just looking here at my cloak, court, castle. I want to do a cutscene review there of that at some point, either if we have time at the end of one of our days, or maybe I'll just do it as a bonus, like notes review episode. But now I want to go to my actual antechamber notes and check. It is a different note. The note in the house antechamber is to continue up, you must go down. This is a brand new note. So close, yet so far away. It's funny, though, that is how I feel as I'm playing the game. Constantly. The constant feeling of probably every Blueprints player. So close, yet so far away. I am going to pick up this key because there's a chance that it is not the basement key. I don't know for sure. It says the basement key. So, it might foul up my moon pendant later, but so be it, because I just needed to make sure if this was a different item or not. And it may be connected to the cursed coffer somehow. But then again, how would you possibly get this key? Well, I was going to say, how could you possibly get this key to open the cursed coffers in the shrine when you need to have the shrine right here where the outer room is? But we have a code check. If we really wanted to carry over a basement key to try to open the cursed coffers, but I feel like we could also use a sledgehammer. Okay, we'll take the basement key with us. I may or may not put that in the code check to try to open a cursed coffers, but I don't know what the note means here. I don't know what the note means there, but we found the blessing of the monk. There's some weird Z fighting going on there with the doorway. Pay no attention to that. But, gosh. Steady is the scepter. Deadly is the stone. What the heck are they talking about? What the heck are they talking about? Do we actually need... was there a scepter in the stone in the throne room? Are they trying to hint us back to the throne room? Not that. Dang it. Because... there were a bunch of knights, and I did try interacting with whatever they were holding. I don't know if they were holding scepters. Knights don't hold scepters, right? Kings and queens hold scepters. Knights wield maces and swords. I don't know. It feels like we might need to go back to the throne room just because, if nothing else, the note that we just read mentions throne. Okay. All right. Let's move on with our draft. Let's keep it going. Things to ponder. Things to think about. I think we take the chapel here because I want doors at the start of my draft here. Having dice is good because dice can count as, you know, getting additional doors, but I don't care about losing coins. I think I would just rather have the doors that help me fill out my base. Let's just take one red room out of the pool right off the bat, and then we'll go over to this side. Or I could maybe draft a dead end over here. Let's actually draft this side first, and if I have to pick a dead end, I can do so, knowing that the chapel has a door up above. And of course, now is when I get offered the den that I wanted to put on the other side of the entrance hall. Now we're starting the day with 22 gems from our freezer, so getting gems, we've already got them. We just need doors, so I think I do still take the den because it does point me over to the corner. We'll take that. And then, do I want to try... I may want to try to get Her Ladyship's chamber. So we may try to draft down the west wing, because maybe I want to get access to a queen piece. And if we get all of the chess pieces that we want, we might go out and change our mantle. So we'll see about drafting down the west wing at some point. Let's draft the other side of the entrance hall. Coat check. Coat check for a crown. I think I'm okay with that. It'll make getting to the east wing a little bit more difficult, but hopefully not too much. Getting that crown, and I mean, it's not as important when you have 22 gems, but it is nice for the re-roll aspect when you have no dice. At the same time, the door that continues over to the east wing might not be bad. It's just the pantry's not thrilling. I will settle for the coat check, though. I like the idea of having the crown right now, and then, who knows? Maybe we want to put a basement key in the coat check at the end of the day, and the entrance hall is as good a place as any to have that coat check. There's nothing in the actual coat check that we need to examine in terms of clues, right? It's just a coat check. Like, it has artwork, but otherwise it's just a coat check, I think. But you can never be too sure with blueprints. This number 5 that's stuck in the brim of the hat, who knows? That could be the ultimate clue that solves it all. Who knows? Where do I want to go? Chapel? Chapel? I think we go chapel and to the left first. And there's an observatory. Yes. I forgot to see how many stars that I have, but I wanted a door. I wanted a door that points upward. But I could take the reading nook if I wanted to do that. Reading nook and then a library that points to the left. That's not super exciting because the library, it could bring up an attic, or it could bring up, like, if you were trying to get Her Ladyship's chamber, you'd like the library to be on the west wing pointing downward. I think I just go with the observatory. Let's get that star count back up, because I think we're like right on the cusp of 50. Let me check here and see. We are at 49 now, question mark. I am going to draft, though, the other door here before I go get those rewards. Let's see if we can get a door to the... Unless I was at 48, correct? I don't think we have an inkwell in the observatory. Maybe I should just check just to be sure. It's only a couple extra steps. It is only 49 stars, so no inkwell. But, oh, there could be Florealis. Just in case we pick a green room, let's make sure we've got that then. Some twins. We could spend some keys on the twins if we wanted to. Try to get some dice or a security key card. Because we are pretty set on resources so far. I don't know if I want the Southern Cross. I suppose we should talk a little bit about maybe the elephant in the room, or in this case, the starfish in the room. Because those of you who watched Day 43, probably all of you, will know that editor Akanar had a realization that on the scene, recording live, Akanar did not. And this probably happened on Day 42 as well. I have not gone back to check the footage for Day 42. So if I can only imagine that, similar to Day 43, I walked by this side of the aquarium who knows how many times with a very... Everything seems obvious in retrospect, but that really was an obvious X marks the spot right in front of the dang laundry room. It was so obvious when I finally saw it. And I think to myself, like, you know, on the one hand, I feel like I did pretty well with the gallery. Like, I did have some nudging. You know, I had the nudge to go back and check the hint from the glossary, which got me keyed into the idea that there's... the glossary isn't explicit about it, though. It's a very, very soft nudge from the gallery. And I eventually came around to the idea myself because of that I needed to look at the descriptions for the rooms to see that there was a word from the gallery in each of those descriptions. And then eventually, Ruminate fell into place. So all in all, I feel incredibly accomplished for the gallery, and definitely one of the smarter feeling moments of the playthrough. And then I watch what I did as I'm editing Day 43, and how I just, like, it was sitting right there in full view on camera. Like, I can only imagine that I must have been focused on other things, because, like, I don't know if I have ADHD. I don't know how ADHD works. Hyperfocus. What is it? Attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Honestly, I don't remember the acronym, but I have this idea that it has to do with, like, hyperfixating on certain things. Like, on some things you have trouble paying attention, but other things you hyperfixate. And I've not been diagnosed with ADHD, but I can only think that this is what happens. Is I get hyperfixated looking at, like, the details on the actual washing machines and the table that's in the laundry room and the other, like, starfish and other parts of the aquarium, and I'm just not looking, and I'm not relaxed enough in my taking in the entirety of the scene to see an X sitting right there. So because of that, all that said, we do need to get a laundry room. Because apparently and we need to get a shovel as well. Because apparently there's something to dig up in the laundry room, just like there was to dig up in the patio next to the barbecue. God damn. So because we need to get a laundry room, we know that it's easier to get a laundry room when we have ducks. And what rooms have ducks? Rooms that are buffed by the Southern Cross. That's what has ducks. I think I am gonna pick the Southern Cross. I hate it. I don't like it. Because I really don't like the weight room. And I don't like the archives. But we don't necessarily have to pick those rooms now, do we? If we get a passageway that comes along, then we're interested. But we don't necessarily have to pick the weight room or the archives because we have a crown. So let's see what happens. Southern Cross time. Sure enough, right off the bat. Ducks, you say? Ducks, you say? Ha ha ha. Do I take my gem now? Or do I just take a vestibule? I don't really want a vestibule here in... I don't want a vestibule in the base. I never want any of these rooms. This is why I don't like the Southern Cross. But we can do a reroll. And maybe it'll give us a passageway. Because I will take a passageway. Reroll. Okay, take a commissary. Not the shop we wanted, but it does get us to the West Wing. And that would allow us, hopefully, to draft down the West Wing. And maybe get her ladyship's chamber. We'll see. And this gets us items. If we're lucky, on this day, I think we are lucky. I was thinking to myself, this would be a day when I actually don't want gems. The blueprints gods listened. We get a sledgehammer. Sleeping mask and running shoes. These are all great. No shovel, though. I feel like this is isn't this a repeat of the items that we got last time? Is it not the exact same items? I always look over at this thing expecting, oh, Dirigiblocks is going to be online today. I have like that subliminal thought every time, like, oh, this will be the day that they'll have patched it in, and I didn't realize it. But even then, I think we have to buy Dirigiblocks from the gift shop, don't we? Okay, not... Oh, I was going to say not thrilling, but never mind. This gets us to 50 stars. This is an inkwell. An inkwell is thrilling every time you have an inkwell. I think we take the inkwell. The classroom only gets us... Yeah, we take the inkwell because we don't have to reroll if we don't want to. I probably will because I love being able to reroll. And maybe I'll reroll for her ladyship's chamber. I don't know. Because we made it common, didn't we? We did make her ladyship's chamber common. And I'm kind of glad we did. We're taking the observatory. I'm kind of so glad we did now. Because we're also going to get maybe a telescope. But what am I looking at? The room directory. I wanted to go here. It is commonplace. Because when we want to look for it, which is today, and I'm only doing it because of the fact that we might want to play the chess game and redo our buff. Show me her... Oh, I saw the purple room and I thought, her ladyship's chamber. Am I a dingus? I did not pick up my inkwell. I'm actually a dingus. I'm going to get a reprieve because they actually gave us a room. They gave us 2 rooms to point us down the West Wing. But I can't believe I didn't even look in the telescope for the freaking inkwell. What is wrong with me? But we got lucky. The only question is, do I take the master bedroom versus the den? I feel like the den is still more valuable for that extra door that it can get us, because our draft is going to need doors very soon here. But we're also going to have an inkwell when I actually do look in the telescope here in a moment. So I might just take the spare master bedroom. It just gets us a handful of steps, but that should be fine. With our sleeping mask and running shoes, steps are not going to be a problem today. I'm just going to take the spare master bedroom. And now before I do anything else, goddamn, what's wrong with me? Take that stinking inkwell. Okay. As soon as I clicked the door and I was like, where's my stars? Where's my inkwell? Silly me. Okay, no items. I don't think I see any items. So let's see about maybe getting her ladyship's chamber. Wow, they're showing us all these bedrooms, but no ladyship's chamber. Do we spend a reroll here? Is this a reroll? Break room. Now that we have done the antechamber in the outer room. And that feels like we've done what was intended by the developers in terms of like puzzle progress. And now the outer room can return to being a fun extra buff to your draft. But we do want to get the shrine, possibly to open the cursed coffers. And in any case, I was thinking, now we might start getting key cards again to start our day. The break room is nice in that regard. I don't really need any of the bedrooms. So it would either be break room or redraw here. I kind of want to spend at least a couple stars to try to go for her ladyship's chamber. Or conservatory, right? Those are actually 2 things here to go for. So now that makes the redraw even more interesting to me. So we'll go for that. Unfortunately, we get some boring replacements. So, you know, I'm okay. I'm okay spending a couple stars here. Spend them. Spend them when you got them. Unfortunately, boring options is what we're seeing so far here. We made it commonplace, didn't we? We made it commonplace. Library, lull. Now there's our king piece if we wanted it. But I don't really need coins. So I will do another reroll because I have a crown. Okay. All right. I think the game is telling me that I need to change gears and pick a laboratory. Get our experiment started for the day. I think I will just get our experiment started as opposed to giving us less security doors from a remote terminal login. But in any case, let's do the laboratory first because we do like seeing the laboratory. If we don't happen to see a security room, we usually see a security room because it's commonplace. But if we don't, then we're okay starting an experiment the old-fashioned way. So we want to remove crates. Crates, please. Yes. Yes. Our curated experiment pool showing up nicely for us. Archive floor plans after I already removed the archives. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door. When you draft a red room, I've already removed a couple, and I've already drafted the chapel. So these experiment causes are not amazing. Not ideal. Lose 5 steps, and then remove a crate from the tunnel. The red room is still maybe the most likely option. The one that would get us the most triggers. If we had a key card, it would be a different story here with the security doors. Do I need to revisit my experiment triggers? Because none of these I like. But if we had picked the archives, I did think about that ever so briefly before skipping it with the crown. I thought to myself, what if we had the archived floor plan experiment? I know we've already drafted a chapel and we've already removed 2 red rooms from the pool, but it does still feel like this is probably the most likely candidate. There are those 2 trunks. Can we still cancel this? We can cancel this. So let's actually, before we do anything else, let's check the trunks in the entrance hall. I'm going to spend 2 of my keys here because we're going to probably end up with infinite keys. Let's grab this gem before I forget as well. Is there a trunk here? We have the 2 trunks in the entrance hall. Let's see if they give us a security key card. I have a sledgehammer. I'm also... I was like, I'll spend these keys. I have a dang sledgehammer. Silly, silly, silly me. Dang it, no key card. No key card. So we just have the 1 door with the chapel, but we do have the Southern Cross. I think I'm going to pick red rooms, guys. I think this is a strange one, but I think red rooms is what makes the most sense, that it's going to trigger the most. I just think that's what's going to happen. So we'll try it. We should have plenty of steps. It's just you gotta draft those red rooms, you know? I just don't think we're going to be bypassing security doors that often. And the archives is a 0% chance. So this is the one that gets us the most crates removed, I think. By the way, we just happen to be at 8 crates removed so far, for whatever that's worth. 8 is the magic number. Let's see if we can get off of 8 crates, though, and move on to bigger and better numbers. Okay, I mean, there's only one place to go. But at least we have redraws with our inkwell, so we should be fine. Everything should be fine, guys. Everything will be a-okay. Just lose half your steps and everything will still be fine. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. I'm taking it, guys. I'm taking it. Oh my god. If it's gonna happen at some point, you might as well have it happen sooner than later, right? Use your weight room, do your workout, and I'm curious if this actually has closed the door out in the outer room. That would be a funny little thing. Let's go this way. I did forget for a second that the weight room could have security doors. Fortunately, neither one was. Although I don't think it could have been here, because rank 3 should be guaranteed unlocked. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, this is a good thing in a couple ways. Dang. Huh. Absolutely interesting. We could have done the archives. Because it's not just the dark room that is bugged when it comes to the crown. Does the crown actually not remove any red room at all? Is this a joke? Am I the one being pranked here? Because the crown gets you a gem and it gets you a reroll, but it doesn't actually remove the red room from the pool. It sure seems to work that way. Wow. Okay, well this is going to be an interesting draft, guys, because I think I'm going to take the archives for the doors. I think I'm going to do it because that's, you know, that many more doors that could potentially be a laundry room. Don't have a shovel yet, but I think this is what I want to do. I don't want to pick a furnace here, even though we do want red rooms to be more likely. But I like the doors. It fits just perfectly in our floor plan here. It's just that it's an archives, you know. So, you know, you live with what you've done. I'm going to pick the archives, and we'll just have an interesting draft. And that's all there is to it. 2 crates already. We're losing steps as well. Okay. I do have to be careful here just a little bit. We don't... Fortunately, we get our tennis shoes proc there. But there needs to be a little bit of caution exercised here. I might need to start picking up some bedrooms sooner than I realize. Where's that nursery now when I need it? Because we do not just lose the steps from the weight room, but we lose steps every time we draft a red room. Got to be careful. I will take just a hallway here, I think. This is not going to be a laundry room. So we could though still take it because the hallway, like we don't need the key for the hallway. But the door for the hallway would be good. I think we'll take the door. Don't want a cloister here yet. Because we'd like to get the cloister out in an open space where we can draft a bunch of, you know, aquariums and bunk rooms next to it. Do love that archives theme. All right, hallway it is. And then I will draft through the hallway and see if we can angle down into that corner. Just looking around real quick if there's any hallway details that I've overlooked. You never know. You never know in this game. We take the pool. Twin trunks. Yeah. Seems fine to me. Wouldn't mind having a pump room in the pool either, just because mechanical rooms. I guess we only have the one mechanical room so far, but I am still thinking tangentially about the Mechanarium. I don't think there's any reason to redraw here. I'm just gonna get the pool so we can draft to the corner. And also get our trunks. We do need steps though at some point. Dice are good. Dice are fine. I might use some of those dice here to try to get a bedroom. Because we have a sleeping mask. A nursery would be ideal. I think this is where I use a redraw. I really want to get a bedroom here. Simply for steps. And I definitely don't need the coins. The king piece is tempting. But we haven't gotten a queen yet. Once we have a queen, then it feels like the king is a little bit easier to come by because the office shows up often enough. It's the study and her ladyship's chamber that are the real rare birds. An armory does not help us with steps. A storeroom doesn't help us with steps. I think that's really what I'm going for here, is I want something to help me with steps. I don't know how many redraws I'm going to be willing to spend, but I'm going to at least spend both of my dice. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, the draft is back on rails, boys. Back on track. Those rails that span the entirety of Arindia. This draft from the top of Arch Ares to the depths of Araja. Trying to think up the best blueprints analogy that I can here to say that I'm feeling good about my draft once again. All right, now is where I would be fine with a laundry room right here. Laundry room, baby. Oh, that could be a laundry room. I don't really care too much about a parlor with 21 gems. Geist would be okay for more steps, but this, I think, well, who knows with 1 gem, but it's connected to the archives, and the duct system, I think, does give me a little bit more of a good feeling that this could be a laundry room. And it's, if not a laundry room, then it's a fun Gamba option, and we'll find out what it is. We know that it's not a red room, right? Are there any red rooms? Well, the aquarium. Are there any red rooms that cost a gem? Yes, the aquarium. Otherwise, I don't think any of the red rooms cost us money. I'm gonna find out what's here though, because I want it to be a laundry room. Okay, it's not a laundry room, but it is a solarium. That's fun. So now we have not just the Southern Cross, but also unusual and rare rooms. So hey, a study could be a very real possibility, couldn't it? We also have a pawn. Oh my god, the coveted pawn has arrived at last. The draft is happening. All right, now we need to start making sure that we get doors. Doors, doors, doors. Southern Cross, do your thing. Rotunda? Okay. I guess we go with the rotunda. If we're continuing the duct system, then the weight room is our last chance at continuing the duct system. And if we're drafting from the weight room, then the rotunda is going to be a little less useful. I don't think we have to draft from the weight room though. I think we're just going to go with the rotunda, and like we can afford the gems. Let's just get a room that gets us a bunch of doors and the ability to rotate as well, which is a nice handy thing to have here. So I like it. Let's do rotunda. We got the gems to spare because we rich. And I think because the rotunda is facing in this direction. Now, let's actually do the one that's facing out into the open. And by out into the open, I mean upward. Let's go up to rank 5, and that's where we'll see if we can draft like a cloister. And then once we have that set, if we have a cloister or similar room here, then maybe we can feel comfortable picking a dead end here, if it's a study or something. Probably another office. It's not going to be a cloister. We could just take a corridor here, and that would sort of be a re-roll to get another cloister. I think I'm okay with that. Now's a reasonable spot to take the corridor to actually get the buff of the unlocked door. 10 keys already. What do locks care? What do we care about locks? The only locks we care about are security keycard doors, and there's not going to be one at the end of the corridor. So I think I'm okay with that rather than spending a star here. This is good enough. I don't want the boudoir. I don't want to point over to the east wing with this room if I can help it. If the boudoir, but I can rotate. I did forget this. So the boudoir can point this direction. Does that make it better? Getting me 2 dice here and a gem, but pointing to the left? Because that would be also a fine-ish place to put a cloister if we really wanted. I think it makes more sense for our floor plan to pick the corridor. I like how that feels better. Let's do that. And now we will draft this direction. And I'm not drafting from, I want to draft from the rotunda, not the weight room. Closed exhibit. Hey, we want to get crates out of our game. Here's a way to get crates out of your game. Oh, but you don't have a security key card. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now, I could keep the closed exhibit in this orientation. Actually, that wouldn't make any sense. Why would you not just rotate it? And then if you happen to get a key card later, then that door that goes upward to the left. This is probably not a place where I should put a closed exhibit. If I had basically any other, well, maybe not any other weight room. Like a dark room would still kind of suck. Obviously a lavatory or a furnace would kind of suck right here. I don't want a dead end here. I think this is a redraw. Because I do want doors here. It's not absolutely necessary because we do have the Southern Cross. Good chance we're going to get plenty of doors here. And we might get a key card eventually. This guarantees that another crate is out of our tunnel. Is that worth picking just for that reason? It just feels wrong, though. It just feels wrong as a drafter. I cannot in good conscience put a closed exhibit right here. I just can't do it. It's not the spot for it. So I am going to do the redraw. I don't know for sure if this actually removes the closed exhibit from the pool. I can only assume it doesn't because of the experience with the archives and the dark room. But also, we did remove, I think, the aquarium from the pool successfully, and not just one aquarium, but every single one that I had added to the pool. So it does work for some red rooms and not for others. And I think I will, if you guys know for sure which red rooms are removed and which ones aren't, feel free to tell me. I am opening the door there. If you know, if there's a documented list of red rooms that are bugged with the crown, feel free to let me know, because I would like to have that intel. In this case, I'm going to take the opportunity to reroll. Oh, gift shop. Boom. Easiest gift shop of my life. Let's go. Okay, I will go to the gift shop here, but I am mindful of my steps. I'm trying to be mindful of my steps, so I will draft the other side of the rotunda first. But that's a gift shop that we're looking forward to. That's those. That was a 3-door room that I was wanting to see a 3-door room there at the very least, and they gave me the gift shop. Let's go. Stoked to see what. I think we're purchasing some tents. Is what we're about. Basement key. Go. Oh, that doesn't work there. Why didn't that work there? Why doesn't that work there, guys? Attic gets us a shovel, probably. I think I take the attic. The attic is just good. I think I like the attic. A single gem room here could be anything. No way of knowing what it could be. So attic it is. The attic, one thing it does not get us is steps. But I'll take a coin purse. Anytime, though, we get a bedroom, it is funny. I did just ban the bedroom, didn't I? I repel and sprayed the actual bedroom. Am I regretting that move? Am I going to be whittling down to 0 steps? Thinking to myself, where was my bedroom when I needed it? Secret garden and fruit from the secret garden is a good thought, though. Okay, do we have all the items? I think we do. And we did, in fact, get a shovel. So, good stuff. And we go to the gift shop now. Go back to the gift shop. Only one place to go. The attic soundtrack is another one that I love to hear. The music in this game. Do we have a new option to buy? 400 gold? Excuse me? 400 gold. Excuse me, guys. I think I just, 400 gold? What the? I guess they do say tents fit for a prince. Goddamn. What materials are they using on these tents? Sturdy construction, steel stakes, and scouting rope included. Dew dry finish, water resistant treatment for 400 gold. Oh my god. Those guys chilling out there. What are they doing? I was gonna say they're chopping wood, but I don't know what they're doing. I'm sure they're having a grand old time with their expensive as hell blue tents out in the middle of who knows where. All right. It does have a description here, though. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Each blue room drafted on the 8th rank will contain a hidden blue memo. What? Blue rooms on rank 8 will contain a hidden blue memo. Bro, what a weird condition. But that's the number. 8 is the number. Also, 400 is the number. Good lord. Okay, have we hit 400 gold on any single day? What's the most gold we've had? We had the sweepstakes. Shit. Can I redo the sweepstakes? Can we run the sweepstakes back? Could you win the sweepstakes twice? Actually, that's a real question. You can tell me that for sure. Because if that's a thing, maybe we'll try to aim for 20 dead ends again. Because otherwise, man, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one. Oh, that piggy bank. And the piggy bank, too, from the chapel. Oh, no. Oh, like, I know we got a crap ton of allowance. We're going to have a really good freezer day, guys. We gotta have a super, super sick freezer day. That's going to have to be part of the gig. If we do that, and then we also just, you know, treasure trove is building up. Our treasure trove is real healthy these days. We can get a vault. We can get a treasure trove. Maybe we could spin the roulette wheel, or we could play the broken lever golden roulette machine, golden slot machine. There are definitely ways to get 400 gold. The office contributes a little bit. We got all these different. Okay, interesting. 400 gold. I want it. I want it so bad. Oh, there's a red room. Don't you know? I think I'm going to take it. It might be a furnace, but I think I'm going to take it. If we have to deal with a furnace there, then so be it. I'll handle life with a furnace if it means we're buffing our red rooms, because I want more crates removed as well. And now I'm okay. I've got we got the Mount Holly gift shop, we got the corridor, and we have the inkwell. So we should be able to get doors. And we got the Southern Cross. Like, doors are still not going to be a problem for us, right? Maybe if this were a cloister, I would think differently, but I'll take the red room here. It is the furnace. Now I do have to remember steps. I do have to remember steps, guys. I'm being silly a little bit maybe when it comes to steps. Coins. Now all of a sudden turnips. We need turnips. Maybe I should not have taken the red room there now that I think of it. God damn. I forget about the little clause. There's an extra clause on this experiment here. The losing 5 steps part that you're forgetting, dude. You're sort of forgetting an important part here. Yeah. Okay, so what have I done to myself? The furnace. Oh my god. The furnace is going to be the death of us. I don't want to take a dark room here. I'll go ahead and re-roll. Because we know the dark room's just coming back. The gymnasium. Gosh, workshop. I really need I have a secret garden key. I need to get to one of the wings. I can't take a gymnasium here, right? Ooh, three stars, or 3 gems, though. A vault? It's probably a vault, but this is a risky taking a vault here. A real risky move. I think this has to be a reroll. because there's no workshop contraptions that help me get steps. But it is a door that points up into rank 6. Which is not nothing. And it would be an item, and then you'd have the workshop there. Maybe I should just take the workshop and save my stars. I think I will actually do that. The furnace along with the archives, that's a hell of a combo, though. Okay, we'll settle for the workshop here, and then am I gonna draft? Well, never mind. I'm not drafting from the workshop because apparently, I don't think I knew that until just this second, but apparently the workshop can be security doors. What's the item? It is a broken lever. Do I want that broken lever right now? I don't think so. I wouldn't want the broken lever really until I wanted to craft something. Do I want to? I do have a battery. So do I want to craft a jackhammer? I think the answer is also no. Because so far that I can remember, I have not picked up turnips when digging with a jackhammer. And right now, turnips is all I want. I don't want anything else from my dig sites. Oh, there is the Solarium dig site that I could go back for. But then that's extra steps, and what are the chances that I actually get a turnip? Pretty small. I need to draft bedrooms, but also bedrooms don't really have doors. This is interesting how this is. We could have drafted that boudoir instead of the corridor, and that would have given us 13 extra steps. I may live to rue the day that I skipped that boudoir. All right, corridor, you got to be good to me here. You're our last hope. Last hope. But if nothing else, we have removed 3 more crates from the tunnel. We have done that. A maid's chamber. I think we take the Great Hall here. We got keys. We got keys. We just need doors. And I don't think the Great Hall can be security doors. So this is fine for us. It's fine-ish. It's good enough. And now we'll need the Great Hall to give us a bedroom at some point. Thank you for that tennis shoe proc. I appreciate that. We're just going to start. Oh, we could use... That's right. We can... Once we draft to the right and we get a secret garden. That's what we do. Easiest secret garden of my life. That's what we do. It's a flawless plan. There's no way that it goes wrong. The only way it goes wrong is if this is not a locked door. No, it's the... Oh, but the... I think once you get past... Oops. Once you get past this door, the 7 locked doors restriction is no longer applicable. I think now the normal rules of whatever rank you're on apply. But we are at rank 6, so this should be locked in most cases. Not in this one, though. Oh, look, guys, a starfish aquarium. It's funny, the starfish aquarium actually we do take. Because, yes, it loses steps, but then it gains some steps right back. It counts for both. And as long as we're not going to 0, although even if we were going to 0 momentarily, it might be fine. The way the game works, I kind of suspect it would go down like maybe to negative steps, but then it would pop us right back up with the nursery steps. So I think everything is fine here when we take the aquarium. I just have to, you know, I have to, when taking the aquarium, I have to sort of hang my head low a little bit. I have to hang my head low when I pass by the aquarium now because... Oh my god. Why am I like this, guys? Why? Why, oh why, oh why. A compass. Interesting. Interesting, a compass. I may not want that just yet. I don't know if I want it just yet. A compass is interesting, though. I just kind of want to get down over here as well. But we don't have to get down. We don't have to get to every single room. The compass might just be the safer make sure that you keep your draft moving pick. We don't have to take it just this second, though. So, and the compass is not going to help me notice things that should be eminently noticeable to any, even the most casual of observers. I just wish I was more casual of an observer. I'm not going to put the secret garden here, am I? I think I'd rather put it up. We'll find a door on the rank. We'll find the door on the wing above us to get some use out of the doors from the secret garden. And we just got some steps from the aquarium, so we're fine. Everything's fine. Our package has been delivered, guys. We're saved. Everything, don't worry. The run has been saved. I mean, I guess we take our package. I guess. It's a tomorrow room if we happen to draft a clock tower. I don't know. Would I rather just take the archive floor plan? Because maybe it could be a laundry room. Who knows? Who knows what it could be? I just know that I'm pretty much always... I have 19 gems and I don't need a mailroom. Now, it could have a security key card, right? That is one thing to think about. The presence of a potential security key card is one reason to say, hey, take that mailroom. Okay, all right. We have no key card. I'll take a mailroom. You never know. Because sometimes it could be just sitting over here. We've seen the key card just sitting on the desk before. Nothing new here, though, I don't think. I don't think so. All this has been investigated on previous occasions. We have no new letters that have been added yet. And maybe never will be. Oh, interesting. It gave us a lockpick kit, but it is now called an amateur lockpick kit. Huh. What do you know? Oh, you know what I just realized? I forgot to check the staff announcements. I forgot to do our terminal business at the laboratory. What was I thinking? I'm so used to doing that stuff in security. And the thought never even crossed my mind when we were running our experiment. Dang. Okay, hopefully I'm hopeful that even with this debuff from our experiment, we will accrue enough steps by the end of the day that getting back to the laboratory or any other terminal will be no problem. Aha, okay. Here's where we use our secret garden. Go. Give me that fruit. Any fruit in this room? Oh, baby. Look at that. And we have an apple, right? Farmer's apple. Sweet. Is there any fruit? I'm just going to take this extra step here to see. Because if there is fruit, then it's going to be worth it. And there's fruit in the secret garden itself. Let's go. Steps are starting to feel much better. Show me a turnip. Show me that one turnip. And then I would have just been over the moon. Kind of do need as many coins as we can get, though, too. If we're ever going to get 400. Oh, my goodness. 400. If only I had known. If only I had known and I could have lined up the sweepstakes just a little bit later on in our run. Now, this is another important thing about the secret garden is that we are opening additional doors to the antechamber. Or in the antechamber. So we now have another reason to go back out to the outer room. And I hope I don't forget to do that. Don't let me forget, guys. Somebody remind me before we're done that I need to go to the outer antechamber. I'm just repeating it enough to myself so that I will, in my heart, you guys will be here with me in this moment, reminding me to do that very thing when the time is right. Do the right thing, and don't be a dingus. Okay. All antechamber doors open. Although, watch the southern door be closed because we flipped the lever in the weight room and that actually closes the door in the outer room. Watch that be how it works. Do I keep going up the wing? It probably doesn't. Probably doesn't matter too much. Veranda versus security. We've got a lot of items at this point. We got our shovel, which is what we most care about. We kind of just need to figure out how to get a laundry room. I think I'd take security because it is still going to be valuable to us to downrank, put that security rating to low. And you never know, we might just get a utility closet and open up any doors like in the workshop that we need. And another thing that security lets me do is check the staff announcements that I forgot to do back at the laboratory. So let's, yeah, I think that's what I want. I think that's what I want. Security it is. And are there security doors here? We get lucky. Oh, wait, there's actually... Wait a second, there's an orange here? There's an orange here. I love oranges, they're delicious. Also, they're supposed to be the most satiating of all fruits. The best appetite suppressant out of any fruit that you can have. So if you are trying to avoid, if you're trying to not be hungry, eat an orange. Something like that. The security room, though, I just wondered if we got this orange because of the secret garden. But we drafted this before security room. It's only supposed to spread to rooms that are already on your estate, right? Is that how that works? Isn't that how that works? What is in the inventory? Yeah, yeah. Keys and coins and gems, though. Keys and coins and gems? Hello? Wait, what the heck? Keys and coins and gems? What did I forget to pick up, guys? That's a lot of keys and coins and gems. What did I miss? What in the world? Oh, it's in the Great Hall. It's in the Great Hall, isn't it? There's 3 more doors. It's got to be the Great Hall. Okay. There's some resources there in the Great Hall. Not super important, but just needed my curiosity. My curiosity needed to eat an orange. That analogy works, right? Keycard system. We know what to do. We know what to do. And now we check for staff announcements. I believe you guys told me that the, yeah, I think that just was the setting that we had before, the 1 month setting that keeps you logged in. I think that we just saw it in action because we didn't have the modem dial up, which is good because it's quicker this way. We continue to do our, I'm getting closer to the point where I'm thinking we might not need the magnifying glass, but once we remove a bunch of crates in the tunnel and we figure out like the scepter and the stone, we're probably still going to need a magnifying glass for other stuff. So keep ordering it. Just don't think about it. Okay. Staff announcements, though. Show those to me. Do I need to do remote terminal access? Maybe. Maybe for... This could come in handy if we need to get to the shelter. Because I don't really need the office. I don't think I'm going to get close to 400 gold today. I think I might just do this now. Because this could open security doors, right? Let's go to the shelter. We never get to go to the shelter with remote access. I want to do it. Does it trigger off of 4 experiments? Does it work after 4 experiment triggers? Let's find out. 12 or higher. Do we have it? Oh, baby, I think we got it. I think we got it. That's a successful house unlock, bro. Okay. I take it back. Give me all the security doors. Actually, I don't think it matters now because we've got 9 keys in a lockpick kit. Nothing should matter Anyways, but yeah, no, they're all unlocked, right? It doesn't matter what kind of door you've got. Everything is unlocked now, I think, including the Great Hall. Am I right? I think I'm right. Cool. So that's taken care of. We don't need the time lock safe. So let's go back on and check out. There's not going to be any new emails here, but I just maybe we'll check from time to time just to be sure. But what we really want is the staff announcements. Because there seems to be new stuff pretty frequently. Not today, though. Okay, no new staff announcements. We shall continue to check as things go on. But honestly, how clutch was the glossary? And also how clutch was the nudge that I got to go back to the glossary? Because I totally forgot about this. I totally forgot about the fact that I read this on day 24 and then filed it away. I don't know exactly where I filed it away in my notes. It is in my notes somewhere, but I never searched it up. And it would not have occurred to me to look back at this and think, how does this connect to the gallery? How does this help us with the gallery? So the nudge was very helpful. Once we got that nudge, then I felt it felt nice to be able to. Well, I had the idea just one day. I was standing in the parlor, and the idea occurred to me: what if the room descriptions have something in them? Just what if? I wouldn't put it past this game to do something like that for us. Okay, all our doors are unlocked, guys. So we don't care where we're going, because oh my God, you're kidding me. They gave it to us. They gave us a laundry room. Let's go. Yo, a laundry room. A laundry room. And in fact, a laundry room. Ooh. Does it have a place to dig? I do have a shovel, correct? Does it actually have a place to dig? I thought I could have sworn that it was directly in front of one of these washing machines. Maybe we'll have to go back and look again at the aquarium. Because now I'm not so sure. I do remember with the patio, I want to say that with the patio, we had to wait a split second, kind of like you do with the cloister and the special switches there. What if it's this laundry? This washing machine. Washing machine. Why can I not speak? This washing machine. There was the set of 3, right? Although here there's 5. Okay, the aquarium is not that far away, but we are just ever so slightly low on steps, and I can't connect to this guy to get me more steps. It doesn't seem like there's a dig site. But I'm probably just missing it. Like, maybe I just have to walk around the entire room. And just wait. Wait. But it sure seemed like it was in front of the washing. Are these washing machines or dryers? Actually, they're dryers, aren't they? These are the washing machines. Whatever the case may be. Huh. Okay, let's return. Let's return, but I'm not going to go straight to the Starfish Aquarium because my efficiency brain doesn't let me. If I had a lot more steps, I would. But let's try to get a lot more steps first. Oh my God, that's a Mechanarium. We only have 3 mechanical rooms. So there's only going to be 3 doors open here, which I don't think is going to be enough for us to do what we need to do. Whatever it is that I've missed in the Mechanarium. At the same time, I could be making a big time assumption that I have to open all the doors in order to notice what I need to notice. So I am going to just take, and this is a red room as well, but I'm worried about steps still. And I want to draft a Mechanarium. So I'm going to take the Mechanarium, even though I know that not all the doors are going to be open. It's going to be a tall order for us to get all the doors open. But I'll take it in this spot. I'm just not sure what else there would be to notice if I'm not getting behind every single door. I could have sworn I got behind every single door previously, but maybe I didn't. Okay. How do I want to proceed here? How do I want to proceed? I think I will be okay. We still have the inkwell, so we've got rerolls for whenever we need it. Let's just draft from the secret garden. Let's just keep drafting door to door here, because if I get a bedroom, even if it's a dead end, I may end up taking it. Another red room. This would be an okay position for a clock tower. That would lock us in with some good keys for a good set of keys to start tomorrow. We did get the laundry room, but we got to figure out what is the X marks the spot there. Do I reroll this to try to get a bedroom? Am I that desperate for steps? There's so much more fruit in the house still to pick up, though. Maybe I shouldn't be super worried about it. And who knows, maybe I should just draft the red room here just because we're removing crates. That's what we're supposed to do today. I just feel like we're going to get red rooms whenever we want them because of the furnace buff. So you don't have to stretch or bend over backwards to get red rooms today. I just realized that the maid's chamber acts just like the aquarium. It's a bedroom as well, and we could have gotten some extra steps from that. But I think it was against the Great Hall, right? And I did want the extra doors, so it wasn't a bad pick to take the Great Hall. But that is a room, that is a red room that I would be interested in taking. But I'm not super interested in taking a red room blindly. That one I'm not so hot on that idea. I think I will take another, just because the buggy crown doesn't necessarily remove the red rooms. I'm gonna get another gem here. And do we need the gem? But I just don't want to spend the stars if I don't have to. But I do want to do a reroll here, because I'm not thrilled with these choices. Let's do it. There's that maid's chamber. Now I think I will take it, because it procs our experiment, and we don't actually lose steps on the... We get a net gain of steps. We will find less items, but who cares about that? I'm fine with the maid's chamber. Let's get that experiment proc. We're now up to 5 more crates removed from the tunnel. Let's go. Okay, let's we do need to enter the maid's chamber to get those additional steps from the mask. So let's go in here, and who knows, there might be something new to find. I want to make it back to Lost and Found. Who knows, maybe that was the room that was archived just now that I used the crown to remove, and maybe the crown actually does remove the Lost and Found. But I would be interested to go back there to hopefully get our hands on a wrench, but also just to see like what is going on with Lost and Found now. Because there seemed to be... We know that at least our Mila statue ended up there. And I think the airplane from the archives. Archives, the attic. Oh, we should have checked for the airplane in the attic. There was definitely an airplane there before, wasn't there? Or am I making that up? Okay, let's start to retrace our steps back to... We're at least going to go back to the aquarium. Now our step count's feeling a little... Okay. I was looking in the wrong place. It's not in... Mr. Dingus over here finally sees the X, but forgets in front of what part of the laundry room it was. Okay. So we need to go back to the laundry room and actually look carefully in front of the washing machines for our dig spot, not the dryers. I got those mixed up, guys. I got those just... yeah. I am the way that I am. I think I'm going to... Now that we're at 32 steps, let's just go back to the laundry room. I think we'll be fine from this point on. So let's just go straight back here. Oh. There's a different door here, by the way. I thought for a second I might be able to open that door. Okay, now, there it is. It's directly in front of this thing. Because I think I came here, didn't I? I was somewhere in this vicinity, but I didn't walk here. We checked. And sure enough, there's another file cabinet key. I kind of had a hunch that this would be it. That this is what was buried here. I should have said what my theory was before we actually dug it up. But I promise you guys, I was thinking to myself that we might get another archives key. I'm going to screenshot this. Let me go ahead and go back to my notes and check. Let's pull up notes here and look at the patio. I feel like I would have screenshotted this, right? It is the exact same description, right? File cabinet key. Likely opens up a drawer somewhere on the estate. So the likely suspect is the archives, given that the aquarium points to the archives. Okay. And we just so happen to have an archives. Am I going straight back there? I'd love to get some more steps. I would love it if we could get some more steps. So let's draft from the Mechanarium. But we now have what I presume to be an archives key. Where else would there be file cabinets to open up stuff? I guess there are file cabinets in the laboratory. Let's presume it's the archives, and we'll see where we go. But before we head back to the archives, we are going to try to procure additional steps. As we said, there's only 3 doors available in the Mechanarium. I just thought I would take it just in case, I don't know, there was something on the floor to notice. Like a secret message in the gears. I don't see a secret message in the gears, but you never know what I actually see and don't see. This is a blind playthrough. Is that a number 2? Or a letter N? Or a letter Z? Is this a letter N? I'm gonna screenshot that. A letter N? What's my thing that I want to go to here? An iron vaulted mechanical chamber affixed with motorized panels. Yo. I'm actually... Well, no, okay. I feel like I'm not too... No, hold on a second here. That can... All right, motorized panels that can reveal up to 8 different doors, depending on the parameters at the time of creation. The parameters being how many other... Actually, the Mechanarium has 1 door for each mechanical room in your house. Does it actually count itself? Okay. What I'm wondering, I feel like I was starting to overthink this, but surely the 8 doors are, we have to count the one that we enter from, right? The one that we originally drafted the Mechanarium from is this door, and that's one of them, correct? And then you have 2, 3, 4, and then you have the diagonals, 5, 6, 7, 8. For a second, I thought that maybe it wasn't counting this door that you enter through. That you would have 1, 2, 3 doors here in the cardinal directions, and then 4 doors in the diagonals, but then some secret 8th door that's actually like, I don't know, right here on this panel, or some other unexpected part of this Mechanarium that opens as the 8th door. But I think I was overthinking it, right? It's the 4 cardinal directions and the 4 diagonals. Now, I will say a couple things here that these are real questions. Feel free to answer these. And let me see if I can phrase the question the way that I want it here. Does the Mechanarium count itself? When you draft the Mechanarium, does it count itself as one of the mechanical rooms? That's the question. Yes or no, does the Mechanarium count itself? And I will try to figure things out from there. Because if it does count itself, that means we have 4... Yeah, the workshop. 4 rooms. 4 mechanical rooms on the... Oh, I just had an idea. You could give yourself... No, never mind. Stupid idea. I was thinking of giving myself like a second, like ending the day in the workshop with the blessing of the monk or some other mechanical room. And I could give myself a second copy of that mechanical room out in the outer room. But I was only thinking of that because of rooms like the entrance hall and the antechamber, because those are like special cases of rooms where you can draft a second copy with this in this specific scenario. But normally, if you draft a room, that's it. Even if you draft it in the outer room, that's your only copy of the room. So if we put the workshop in the outer room, you can't just draft it in the house again. It doesn't work that way. I was thinking for a second I could give myself an extra mechanical room to buff the Mechanarium. Okay. A second question. Okay, so we've had one yes or no question. Does the Mechanarium count itself? A second question that you are allowed to answer. In order... Let me phrase this right. So I've been nudged that I need to revisit the Mechanarium. In order to properly revisit the Mechanarium, must I have all 8 different doors open? Is it required to have all 8 of these Mechanarium doors open in order to have properly revisited the Mechanarium? Yes or no? 2 questions that you may so choose to answer if you wish. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't say anything about this letter N. Is it a letter N? I'm probably making stuff up. Let's continue with our draft. And I'll be looking forward to reading your answers at a later date. Right now, what I want are steps. I said I want steps. I kind of want those steps today. That would be ideal. Now at the same time, I could take a gymnasium, and that would remove another crate. It would be a hit on my steps, but I would be able to draft up into the antechamber if I wanted. I could also redraw and try to get steps today. I forgot to check what bedrooms we have left. We've got the servants' quarters, which we did skip earlier. We do not have a regular bedroom. We've got a boudoir. Both of those are at least unusual. Oh, but right, we have the solarium buff in effect today. So that means we should have a better chance of seeing the servants' quarters as opposed to the boudoir. The other bedrooms that we have left, I think, are on the wings, the master bedroom and her ladyship's chamber. There might be one more that I'm forgetting. But we already did the spare master bedroom, and I wish I would have waited on that one. Now, knowing what I know, I could also just redraw here because it feels like the gymnasium is one of those that doesn't go away. It does not care about your crown at all. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take advantage of my crown. Let's reroll here. Because if I get a natural bedroom, I would much prefer to get that. I think I will take a casino. The casino does get me coins, and it also is a gold sink, which I do need at some point today, probably. Maybe I even spend that now, rather than wait for a kitchen. A kitchen is the other big source of steps for us, but it's a little bit tough to get your hands on a kitchen when you've got a solarium active and a furnace. But I should probably still wait to spin my chips at the casino. I think we do grab the... Oh, right, we do have the broken lever. If we want to come back to the casino games. But I think I just draft through the antechamber. Because everything's unlocked. We don't have to worry about locked doors. Although, would we really anyways with 9 keys? I don't think we have to worry about anything. The big spin, that could be one of those ways to double your money and try to get those 400 coins. Do I just do this now? We still have 27 gold if we come across a kitchen. That's still going to be more than enough. And we have a coin purse. I should just do this now. Spin it and forget it. Whee! Gamba. Oh, I thought for sure it fell into red. Oh, it gets us steps too. I totally forgot that that's an option on here. Yo, we just came up large. We got dice and steps. It's amazing. Okay. All right. And gems and keys, but the keys don't matter. Cool. Now, wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. For a moment, I thought we might get an allowance token. This antechamber does not work that way. So the basement key can only exist in one location. That's how that works, apparently. Let's go into room 46. Or do we? Maybe we don't. I'll go in. What was I thinking of doing here? I don't know. Perusing this note again. This troll of a note. The last key waiting behind the last door of 8. You liar! You filthy, stinking, lying mess of a note. I hate you. Last door of 8. What the heck? What I was thinking is we might be able to figure out this puzzle. And what if that did actually open up? What if there is actually a secret tunnel inside of the fireplace? That's a good reason to come into this room, is to get the sweet room 46 music. There's no file cabinet in here, is there? Secret file cabinet key for room 46. Oh, I think I did see these here before. Ponder. It's actually a pretty good puzzle, the more I think about it. I might still groan a little bit, but you could actually solve it, I think, the other way too, right? If you solve, like if you spell ponder backwards, you get red, no P. And if you think about it, that's what the other side of the Rebus puzzle is. It's a bunch of red, but no P. I guess it works no matter how you slice it. Okay, 8 realms in 8 months. I want to figure that out, and maybe we can do it. Sacred Hour. And rank 10. Could it be worthwhile putting room 46 out in the antechamber? Would that be something we would want to do as well? We need to get the blessing of the monk back if we want to try that. Okay, that casino spin was so exciting. Let's keep drafting. Rank 9. Showroom, there it is. I think I'll take my showroom. Can't afford all the things in it just yet, but a showroom is never a bad thing. Ornate compass is here, and as is a moon pendant. Just need a few more coins. Yeah, see, this is why I didn't take the compass. I don't know if it would have changed all this, but I'm drafting downwards now, and I don't really want a compass. What I do want, I think, is a vault. I don't think we would open up. There's no cabinet key in the vault. These are vault keys. But I'm happy taking a vault here because this gets us, we get to buy all the stuff in the showroom. All the stuff. The stuff that we're interested in. Yeah. Perfectly fine taking a vault there. Actually happy to take a vault. Oh, there's no reason to go in here. Except to check if maybe some of our resources had somehow magically reappeared. I don't think those are ever coming back, though. None of those resources are ever returning. So just close all these doors. Close them behind you, because you weren't born in a barn. Right. says the guy who's walking through a house where every single door is left open behind him. Compass, please. No bracelet, though. No need for a bracelet. But we take a moon pendant. And now we're a little sad that we picked up a basement key, but... You live and learn. Am I drafting here or Mechanarium? I'll draft here in case we get an elbow room that I want to point over to the right. Or I just take a cloister. That's a fine enough place for a cloister, I guess. Probably not going to get better. If we get the cloister, would I take a bunk room? I could take a bunk room. That gets me a lot of steps. Dormitory would get me a lot of steps as well. But I'd love to be able to get some stars. So it would be... Yeah, let's just take the cloister. And then we'll look and see, remind myself what rooms... What rooms am I looking for here that have our lovely critters? Bunk room. We already picked the aquarium. Does the trophy room count? Do the animals have to be living? How liberally are we interpreting this? Where else are there friendly friends? Friendly furry friends, or maybe not so furry friends. Oh yeah, I had wondered if the dining room counted, didn't I? So dining room and trophy, those could be interesting tests. Always don't have animals, I don't think. Courtyard, greenhouse. None of those have animals. Supposedly the kitchen is going to have a kitty cat, but I don't think it has it yet. So I don't know if it counts. Dovecote. I did forget it. Oh, and the kennel. Those are pretty obvious ones. Maybe hard to get on a day when you've got the solarium. So there's a couple here, but we're probably not going to be... Well, when you have 10 dice, I was going to say we might not be spending rerolls, but when you got 10 dice, hold on a second, maybe you just spend all the rerolls you want. Have we ever had 10 dice before? I think we must have had one day where we were going crazy with Tomb and Geist Bedroom and experiments. We had at least one day where we had just a crap ton of dice, right? Yo, what the hell? Excuse me? Excuse me? One second here. Hold the phone. Hold the phone here. Hold the phone. Goes through screenshots furiously. Dude, why is this game so buggy? You guys are seeing what I'm seeing, right? Is this the same problem? The repellent spray has the same problem the crown does. It doesn't actually remove the floor plan from the draft pool. What the hell is going on here, man? The foundation's back. The foundation's back. That's an odd spot for the foundation. I don't think I'd want a foundation in this location. Rank 8? Now at the same time, goes back to screenshots. At the same time, the blue tent's description says each blue room drafted on the 8th rank. I just thought the foundation is a blue room, but it says each blue room drafted on rank 8, which suggests that you probably have to actually draft that room on that day. So if we take the foundation here and it doesn't get removed, that's one less room on rank 8 that we have to get blue memos. Assuming that it doesn't actually give you a blue memo because it's not being drafted each day, it's just there. All that said, I think I'm going to skip the foundation here. It's not even that great of a room. Well, I guess it's okay in this spot if I rotated it. I could rotate it, right? I could not even rotate it. Oh my God. Talk about the immovable foundation. You can't move it. I'm redrawing here, I think. Because I don't really want a music room. And I definitely don't want a foundation on rank 8 if I'm unsure about how this blue tent thing's going to work. A study. Okay. Now we just have infinite redraws. Actual infinite redraws. And we have a queen. Do I still need to play the chess game? Because I feel like I don't really care about the armory anymore. I've kind of been there and done that with the armory. The Knight's Shield is cool. The Knight's Shield is cool when we pick that up, but in general, the armory is just kind of meh. I know we have one more axe to use, but it's like, yeah, I got gems every day of the week. I don't need a room for free. I don't need your charity. I can afford my own damn rooms. So I kind of think we take the study, if nothing else. Now we have a queen, and if we pick an office, we'll have a king or a throne room. And then we would have, I mean, I would think I would have, the chapel has a bishop. What do we have? Nook and conservatory. We don't have either of those rooms. And I don't remember which other ones have a rook. We have a knight because of the observatory, and we have a pawn because there's always pawns. But we would be, if we want to play the chess game today, the study helps us get there. So let's take it. And the study has awesome music. And has fruit. It happens to have a farmer's apple for us today. Even better. Okay. It doesn't have any animals. I didn't think it had any animals. Did I pass on animals there? What did I just pass? The foundation. The foundation has no animals. Unless it has ants or something, but I'm going to say the foundation has no animals. So now we have our last shot at animals. Oh, there's our dining room. Well, we can test our theory. Because there's a dead animal above the fireplace, right? And I do want steps. I think the dining room is actually the room that I would want here, no matter, even if I wasn't drafting from a cloister. This like permanently solves whatever steps issues we might otherwise have had today, and might still have if we continue to draft some red rooms. So yeah, the dining room is oriented correctly. We just take it. And we see, does this work? Does this work? No, okay. All right. Theory has, theory's actually been tested in 2 different ways. This dead animal does not count. And this dead animal doesn't count. So, updated description for the cloister. By implication, rooms with live animals. Got it. Did we ever read the updated cloister of Dausha? A statue of Daosha, the paragon of husbandry, has been in place here. I know that doesn't mean the literal, like, husband and wife, but I don't remember what this definition of husbandry means. It's got to do with farming or something, right? Feel free to let me know what husbandry means here. You can't help but notice that more... Oh, really? More birds than usual have taken up roost in the surrounding rafters? We'll check that here in a second. There's more birds than you... I didn't know there were birds there to begin with. Could wait for a trophy room here. To get even more steps. But I think at 60 steps, we should be good for the day. Okay, problem solved. There were birds up here? Hello? More birds than usual? There have never been birds up here at all. What are you talking about? Game. This game lies. It should be... I'm trying to come up with a clever pun for blueprints that involves being unstraightforward. Trying to think of synonyms for lion that rhyme with prince, but I'm coming up with blanks. Blue blanks is all I'm getting right now. All our doors are unlocked. Every single door in this joint is unlocked. Let's just... Do we just try to draft a room here and connect it to the workshop in the Great Hall? We still have the buff, the Southern Cross. Yeah, let's just draft from the dining room. Don't overthink it. And if you have to go back around to the workshop or the other place, so be it. Okay, so this does connect us to the workshop. And I think that's... Huh. It connects us to the workshop, but it doesn't connect us to the rest of the house. I think I'd rather redraw here. I want to get a better option than these. The reading nook could be interesting if we're going for the library, but what are we aiming for if we take a library? We've got our laundry room. And what were our other objectives? Let me check my notes and see what else we had here. We had the gift shop, which we've already got. But we are still aiming, I guess, for the treasure trove. For the usual reasons. So reading nook for a treasure trove. Reading nook, library, treasure trove. I suppose that's good enough. Like, if that's how we end our draft. Because we can point the library whichever way we want it with our rotating floor plans. And maybe I would actually go back and grab the compass from the starfish aquarium. Okay, we can do the reading nook, and then we can spend some redraws at the library. Get something fun. Why don't we do that? And then this also gives us a rook for the chess game. We want to change our buff, which I might want to do. It could be fun playing with the king and just being able to pick your buff at the start of the day. I think I might like that one. So I think at this point, before I mean, do we just want to go to the archives right now? I think because we have so many steps, now I want to take a moment and satiate my curiosity. Because I am really, really anxious to know what, if anything, might come of this file cabinet key. And I think I will also take the opportunity to grab the compass. Because now we can rotate. We can always rotate our floor plans with... I'll probably like take the library and point it downward. And then we have the ornate compass. With the ornate compass if we need. And that way the regular compass can kind of take over once we start re-rolling. That's kind of my rough idea there. Let's get the other stuff in the Great Hall. These should be open now, right? And there's a banana here. Ooh. There's our precious commodities. And now we go to the archives. Maybe I quickly go to the workshop. No, we go to the archives first. I just gotta wait to rotate the rotunda, but it's worth the wait. Well, we'll see if it's worth the wait. I have no idea if this key is even gonna work in the archives. Let alone what's actually behind what is actually there. Because what did we get it with the first key? Was it not just an allowance token, as well as some intelligence about our mother and her birth certificate, which may or may not be true, may or may not be falsified? Is there still a clue on this that I need to progress? I'm looking for words like stone or scepter that might relate to the new clue that we just picked up today. Yo, it opens the door right above it. Also, the icon's kind of glitching out on me. It actually opens the door directly above it. I thought it might open like some other file cabinet here in the archives. It actually... Oh, for a second I thought I saw another icon here. It actually opens the door right above it. Incredible. There are more newspaper clippings here. Yo, from 1886. 1886, Reddington Herald. All right. We got a little bit of reading to do here, looks like. Let's just skim through here real quick. Oh, shit. There was a sigil clue in here. That I think we've already solved. The Eurasian sigil. Interesting. Let's read through. March 10th, 1886, Reddington Herald. Peace. Terms of surrender have been accepted. The red flags flying over the capital was a bittersweet sight of comfort for many of this realm's war-weary citizens. After 22 years, peace had come at last. That's crazy. I didn't quite realize how far in the past this war had happened. This war happened over 100 years ago. I had this idea that it was a much more recent struggle because of the, well, what seems to be, in the case of our mother and her accomplices, some very unsettled feelings, unresolved personal feelings toward the red flag. But that, apparently that has been festering for quite some time within some segment of the population, of which our mother happens to be a part. We, the staff of Reddington Herald, join all the citizens of Reddington in welcoming this new era of peace, and formally retract and disavow all prior printed support of House Desolates. Oh my God. They were forced, at the point of a gun probably, to print a disavowal, to print a retraction of previous support. And now it is the paper of the people, the party's paper. Royals flee in defeat. For shame, O you cowardly coattails! In our most trying hour, we clung, and in yours you ran. In his first public address since the end of the war, the victorious leader of the Fen army, General Teskin, did not express much sympathy for his fallen enemy. The royal family's departure was not unexpected, as rumors of their plans to flee to the neighboring realm of Araja had been circulating even before war's end. However, the suddenness of their departure has left many of their supporters feeling abandoned. I would imagine so. Quote, "It is a disgrace, a betrayal of the people they swore to protect. They have fled to foreign lands, seeking comfort and refuge, while their people suffer and struggle to rebuild. This is not the kind of leadership we need. We need leaders who will stand with us in times of adversity, who will not abandon us when we are afraid and at our most vulnerable. For shame, you cowardly coattails!" Royals flee in defeat. Now we fast forward to December 9th, 1924. Desolate's princess born in exile. Oh? Oh. I skipped ahead to seeing one of the words or the names here later. Caitlin Jari. Oh. Is this going where I think this is going? In the 4 decades since the end of the war, little news has reached our news desk regarding the former royals, whose life in exile has remained a quiet source of speculation and mystery. Prince Rolf, the grandson of Desolates IV, broke that silence on Tuesday when he announced the birth of his daughter, the Princess Caitlin Jari, who, in keeping with Eurasian tradition, was endowed with her mother's surnames. Close supporters of the exiled family are, of course, concerned, as this public announcement displays a notable shift in conduct for the royals and sets the stage for the family to exit private life and return once again to the public sphere, a change that would undoubtedly stir up long-buried allegiances and unrest in our realm. Let's keep reading, but this is getting exciting. There's one more clipping here. Let's get through this, and then I'll try to collect my thoughts on where this is going. January 11th, 1929. Tensions rise on southern border. The Crown's recent decision to dismantle the realm's remaining railways has caused increasing tensions with our southern neighbor, Eurasia, who has for many generations relied on our realm's rail tracks for northern passage to Arch Aries. The ensuing round of trade negotiations with Eurasia, which were conducted with reckless care and little diplomacy, have, to the surprise of no one, ended in an impasse. Early reports have alluded that in addition to their other demands, the Crown has requested that the asylum granted to the former House of Desolates be revoked. I think I see what's going on here. Hold on. So let's go first of all to go to our notes here and go to the foyer. Because the first person that came to mind was Jari Yena. Is this... That's not this person, is it? I wonder if that's who that is. Now here in this photo, she's not wearing a crown. But the daughter is a princess, which means this lady is her mother, presumably, and would be the queen, right? The exiled queen. Is that how that works? I don't know exactly how the royalty situation works. It's because it does say Prince Rolf, and the birth of his daughter, the princess. So it doesn't. I guess he doesn't have to be a king to give birth to a princess, and maybe she doesn't have to be a queen. But it sure feels like, well, Caitlin Jari, is that the same person as Jari Yena? They're probably different people, but almost certainly related, because the tradition, the Eurasian tradition, is to endow I guess at least the daughter, with the mother's surnames. Which ones are the surnames? I presume it's the Jari. Hope I'm saying that right. Feel free to correct me if I'm not saying it right. But what we're getting at here, because the princess, everybody here in the foyer is in some way related to us. And I think that's what we're getting at here. And I'm just now realizing that this is not just about, of course, how did I not see this coming? This is not just about some, oh, I hate the way that things are done in Fen Aries. I hate that we're living under the red flag now. I really long for the days of the black flag and Arinda Aries. It is not just some like patriotic instinct here. that is being assumed or taken on by our mother in passing us this crown. That's not it. This is so much more than that, because Simon is actually part of the royal lineage, isn't he? I think that's what we're supposed to realize here. And maybe there were enough clues already if I had picked up on them. But to me, this set of newspaper clippings really puts it all together, because now we have this connection here, Caitlin J. Ari, that must be a connection to J.R.E. Yenna, who is part of this family tree. Okay, now the other place that I wanted to check was the outer room, the root cellar, because I wanted to look again at the family tree here. But this family tree doesn't go back that far. It doesn't go back to J.R.E. Yenna. But it seems like we should be able to say that. Now, unfortunately, I'm not. No, I can actually tell from my screenshots, because I was going to say I don't know exactly which side of the room these busts are on, but that's not true, because the busts that are on the left-hand side when you enter are all here, because are all at the top, these three, because the other ones have a window behind them. And the first time we drafted the foyer, it was on the wing. And so there were windows when I took these screenshots by the other three statues, busts. Now, what does that mean in terms of their relation? Baron Edwin Sinclair. Because you actually have Baron Tomas Sinclair across the room from Baron Edwin Sinclair. So it's not like the left-hand side of the room is one side of the family tree and the right-hand side of the room is the other side, because you have Sinclairs on both the left and right. And you actually have... Oh. I was going to say, you actually have Count Isaac Gates and another Count Gates on the other side. No, it's not a Count Gates. It's Lord Epson. Lord Epson, Lady Ashlyn. Lord Epson is our grandfather and our mother's father, therefore. And then she marries into Sinclair. Oh. So, no, I'm sorry. Our mother is Mary. So Lord Epson is our great-grandfather. Clara Epson, Lady Epson, is our grandmother. Okay. Yes, okay, that's right. So, that's right, because Sinclair is Mary's uncle. Herbert is Mary's uncle. Simon and Clara are her parents. Okay. What we see in the foyer, I think now, what I'm understanding is the Sinclairs, their side of the family tree is what's reflected in this. They're part of the royalty. The Sinclairs are part of the royal lineage. The Epsons married into that lineage, but now Simon as by birth and Mary as well, they are both part of that Sinclair royal lineage. I think that's what I'm picking up, that I may not have fully picked up before. That's an exciting discovery. I'm not sure if I have it 100% correct. I could be misinterpreting some events, but that is super, super exciting, because it adds so much more emotional weight to the story here. The fact that this crown is actually Simon's, the whole business of claiming the throne and reclaiming the crown. Simon's actually like, he's actually a blue prince. Crazy. Huh. What a discovery. This game. Oh, the smile on my face right now. I wish we would have gotten this this sigil information maybe a little bit sooner, but I feel like we didn't have too much trouble figuring out the Araja symbol. That one wasn't the curveball. It was that dang nuance, which someone pointed out. The funny irony, oh, there's an apple over here. The funny irony of the fact that a war-oriented country is named Nuance. Funny joke. Okay, cool. I should take screenshots. Let me just quickly take screenshots before I forget. But that is a awesome, awesome discovery. I don't think there were any secrets. It doesn't seem like this is a magnifying glass discovery. But I am taking a second look here. There actually could be something worth looking at in the photo now that I think of it. Let's just see if there's any details that stand out when you take the magnifying glass. I guess we've got, just like Lady Epson has her distinguishing mole. Is this J.R. Yenna? Whoever it is, she has her own mole. But that, I think, is the only... There's nothing else that stands out to me. We can't see her necklace. I don't know if that would be important, but... The drapes don't have a secret code or anything. So... A couple more screenshots, and then... We're good. I think we are good. And no more pages after that. Okay. Awesome. This game is the best. It is so much fun. What else are we doing today? We're trying to get... We did the laundry room thing. I finally noticed the thing I was supposed to notice, even if it was in editing. But now we are trying to get a library and then see what else happens. We're not able to... Oh, the workshop. That's where I was going to go. We're not able to buy the thing from the gift shop today, but we have a stretch goal. $400 gold. That's a lot of stretching we're going to have to do. But I was going to go here. Now that our step situation is handled, now we could make a jackhammer. But does that even matter? Oh, we have a compass. What do we make with a compass again? The dowsing rod. We could make the dowsing rod. We haven't done that one in a little while. Why don't we do that? I think that sounds fun to me, because I really don't need a jackhammer, I don't think. And I don't really need a shovel anymore, because we dug up the thing in the laundry room, right? We do want to go back to the antechamber at some point to check those open doors. Could there be a secret thing to dig up in there? I don't know. I don't know. Coin purse plus rabbit's foot. We don't have a rabbit's foot. Lockpick kit needs the... I'm pretty sure it needs the metal detector. Okay, let's make a dowsing rod. I forgot that that's what the compass... The other use of having a compass is dowsing rod. Not that I'm looking for items, per se. But I just haven't had a dowsing rod in a while. And I wanted a dowsing rod. Sue me. Am I going the right way? I think I am. Should have more than enough steps to get back outside when we are all said and done. Oh, we still have this door from the dining room as well. But I don't... Let's draft the library first. Key that I don't need. Key that I don't need. Key that I don't need. There's doves here. I was like, what's that sound? There's a dove code hidden over here. So if we didn't already have a... The dove replaces... The dove code takes precedence over the ornate compass. Good to know. We don't want the library in that direction. Although at this point, I don't think the up or down matters because I did get rid of my compass. Interestingly, the library happens to have an item as well. So, yeah. There you go. A treasure chest. And, oh my god. What in the world? I thought I was less likely to find items today. What happened to that maid's chamber buff? Anyone? Anybody know what the heck happened there? Oh, look, guys, we're back on track. 400 gold, no problem. It's gonna happen. Actually, you never know with the coin purse and then a treasure chest that has a whole stack of gold in it. You never know. We might need to actually double our gold in the casino. We are at 79 allowance now. Shit. And we're not too far away from getting 40 parlors. Ooh, would they add like some of the archives clippings that we just read to the scrapbook? Hey, look, hey, Ma, look. I'm gonna be king. Or at least prince. Apparently now my her ladyship's chamber has... Was it already here? It's now my favorite floor plan. Look at that. We've never passed her ladyship's chamber, apparently. No, we passed it at least once, didn't we? I need that gear wrench back, though. Contraptions. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this just in case I don't have one already. And I guess I'll screenshot my stamp collection just in case I don't have one already. Can I win the sweepstakes again, guys? Can you run this back? Dang it. Oh, it feels so wasted now. And I can only imagine that might be what you all... Most avoided floor plan laboratory. That might be the feeling that you all had when I got the sweepstakes. Like, oh, cool. You got 20 dead ends. Good for you. But now your 200 gold is probably going to go to waste because you haven't unlocked the blue tents yet. Oh my god. Little did I know I would need 400 G's. 400 smackers. Alright. I don't care about a conference room. Even if it has items, I still don't care about it. I'm using rerolls here. I'm not going to be able to rotate, but these don't appeal to me in any way. And neither do these. There's an item in the ballroom. I'm still passing. What am I going for? I guess I could go for a clock tower. Doesn't have an item, but it does have a dovecoat and I can rotate things. Does this guy rotate? Is this an office? You know, that is something we're actually going for, isn't it? An office. Because we do, if we're going to play the chess game, we still need a king. Now, I might not get it here because it's a library. We have so many redraws, we're probably going to still be able to draft all 45 rooms if we want to. But taking a dovecoat here does make that a more realistic possibility. But it's also a dovecoat. Like, it's just getting us some item that is... It's just an item. It's just an item that I'm not going to end up putting in my coat check because the crown always goes in the coat check. But at the same time, I do have a moon pendant. So if I pick up like a lucky rabbit's foot, would a gear wrench ever be in a dovecoat? Would I ever have a gear wrench there? I'm also noticing that our red rooms seem to have gone away. Oh, well, there's our throne room. I will take that. Because that's our crown. We get to play chess. Cool. And yeah, it costs 5 gems, so what? Would we ever axe the throne room? Would I ever do that? Yeah, these guys are not holding scepters. They're holding swords. So the scepter... This has already been flipped. We already flipped that switch. What did the note say again? The note said... Steady is the scepter, Deadly is the stone. Heavy is the crown. Ready is the throne. This might not make sense until we actually open what's... We open the cursed coffers. Do I want some advice on whether I should open the cursed coffers or not? I'm just worried that it would be some irrevocable change that I'm going to hate. Like I was ready to uninstall the game after putting the foundation in my outer room. But they were pretty... The devs were pretty nice to us there. Or Mrs. Babbage was nice to us, looking out and making sure that we didn't have... Look at that. There is sure enough a lucky rabbit's foot here. Now we can make that lucky coins purse. And maybe I should. Dude. Could we still make... There's no way we're getting 400 gold today, right? If I get a treasure trove and we double that, that's still going to be well short. But if I make a lucky coin purse and I code check it, if we code check a lucky coin purse, maybe we should do that. I love my crown, but now the crown is just like a quality of life thing. And it doesn't even work sometimes the way it says it works. It just gets me gems, which is good. And it lets me reroll, which is good. But it's a resource thing, right? It's just a resource perk. If we really want to make progress in this game, we want to buy a blue tents. We want some expensive tents. And what better way to get expensive tents than with an upgraded coin purse? I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to make the coin purse. Do I make it now? Might as well make it. Oh, I do have to go quite a ways around. So maybe I don't make it just yet. There's no way I'm freezing coins today. I already did my vault. There's no way we're getting to 400 coins today. It's just not going to happen, even with a treasure trove. But we do have a chess game that we can play out in the... Let's just finish off our draft here. And I kind of do want to fill out all of the rooms if I can help it. And we have dice to spend. So let's go ahead and... Let's just see if this spins. I think it would spin the archive floor plan if it was actually spinnable. I think that's how that works, right? So it's not a spinnable room. Although at the same time... It could be like a T-shaped room that doesn't spin in this case because we're up against the wing. I'm still going to redraw. I'm not going to take the chance on an archive floor plan here. There's no reason to take a shot in the dark. Servants' quarters, but I don't need steps anymore. So I just take the den for the doors. And it has an item, apparently. Oh, is it the chest? Well, there is a trunk here, but I was thinking of the treasure map, right? This is the room. Ain't it? Ain't it the room? Too bad we're not getting a freezer. It would be a good day for a freezer, would it not? Oh, I got rid of my shovel. The cost of doing business. Okay. Not like we need a treasure chest. It's fine. But a treasure chest plus treasure trove. If we have a lucky coin purse, it's doable. It's very doable. There's a kitchen I don't need at this point. None of these I need. We're kind of just wanting tomorrow rooms, right? We just want tomorrow rooms. At this point, I don't think trophy room is not something I'm interested in. I think I want tomorrow rooms. This could be a clock tower, I suppose. But I don't need to shoot in the dark. Let's just keep using dice. So when we got plenty of them, and we got plenty of rerolls with gems as well. Do we want to make any changes with the pump room? I don't think so. Just reroll. Keep on rerolling. Keep on rerolling. This could be our last chance to get an axe for a little while. If we're making our change to our mantle, I think I'll settle for an armory. This is one I will pick up here. It could also be, you know, a mace, right? A mace is nice. I like the extra star here. Sure. And I don't really care about the torch, but I will take the knight's shield. That is one that I wouldn't mind carrying over to the next day. And who knows, maybe it'll come in handy here when we find a lost and found somehow at the last minute. If I haven't already removed it when it was an archived floor plan. So, yeah, let's keep drafting. There's an office, but we already picked up the throne room. So we don't need to settle for that. So let's use a redraw here and either get a straight through room or a tomorrow room. And we can always go back and draft at the dining room to, let's see how things rotate. None of the floor plans can be rotated. So that doesn't really tell us anything. Let's just, this could be a West Wing hall, but let's just re-roll. Don't take the chance. Utility closet now. I'll go ahead and redraw. I'm going to redraw. It's when I get down to stars where I might start thinking of, like, here's where I'll back off on the rerolls, but we've got plenty of gems still. There, I'll take a kennel. I just wanted to get a room that got me through to the other doors for sure. So kennel it is. And we get to give pets to doggos. Hey there, buddy. Apparently I got a case of the zoomies there for a second and just ran right past you. Don't know what happened on that. I have no shovel. What are we going to do about this castle puzzle, guys? 6 add 6. Where am I applying 6 add 6? Where does that happen? Rhetorical question. Maybe a conference room here just to make sure I get to draft the last two places. That's fine by me. But I do, yeah, treasure trove is one we're going for still, isn't it? We do want a treasure trove. I'll settle for the conference room because I know it gets me to these doors. But, yeah, and security doors are open too. What was I going to check? I'm going to check the room directory to remind myself, does the treasure trove cost anything? It does cost a gem. So if worst comes to worst and we have to somehow gamble with an archive floor plan, we can maybe take the 1 gem option to try to go for a treasure trove. But I'd rather not have to do that. Now these are tomorrow rooms. These are both good. Oh, could we call it a day in the planetarium for the first time? I might want to do that. I think I take the planetarium here and then we try to get a treasure trove as our last room. That sounds fun to me. I don't care as much about the steps. We've never called it a day in the planetarium, guys, and there's no break room here today. It's our chance. Assuming I don't take a break room as the very last room. But I'd rather get a treasure trove. So I'm going to take the planetarium. And hopefully we are calling it a day there. Oh, the die happens. That's a permanent change. Awesome. Sweet. So we just get a die here no matter what. Excellent. Good to know. Hopefully that comes in handy. That cannot be a treasure trove, so we reroll. None of these can be a treasure trove, so we reroll. I almost rerolled with the stars, so we got gems. Gems. Could play the parlor game. There's a clock tower. That is a smart drafter's pick. A smart value pick, I should say. But I also want to get the information from those treasure trove treasure chests. And I have 28. I have up to 28 more redraws. The problem is I could pass by the treasure trove with an archive floor plan. That's the only fly in the ointment. And this is a good clock tower, right? We're getting 4 tomorrow rooms. No, it's only 3, isn't it? Oh, I was counting mechanical rooms for some reason. It's not an amazing clock tower. I'm going to keep re-rolling. There it is. Rewarded. Rewarded. This gold doesn't matter. So just because, well, maybe it matters. I don't know. Maybe there's a world where if you don't pick up the gold, it doesn't double the next day. So I'm gonna take it. We're never getting to 400, so I don't have to wait for my double lucky coin purse. Just spam the gold pickup for all that it matters. And then go throw one of them in the pond outside. What does it say? Oh. Ah, so it's gonna start going through sigil clues. But we kind of don't need these at this point. Except maybe we might need one for Morajai. So I'm starting to wonder if the treasure trove is going to still be as valuable as I want it to be. I'll take the screenshot here. But it's starting to look like this is going to be sigil clues all the way down. And we're almost done with sigils. Interesting. Okay. Well, assuming that we can't spin this globe, can we? I don't think this globe can be spun. So I instead need to spin round and head back to the workshop so we can make a lucky coin purse. We have 45 steps. I think that should be enough to do everything that I want, which is to come back here and end the day in the planetarium. If we don't make it back to the planetarium, we'll be slightly sad, but I definitely want to still go out to the outer room and check the antechamber out there now that we've opened all those doors. I just need to figure out how to get back. Let me build the mental map here of how I navigate back to the workshop. Throne room. Can't think of anything else to do in the throne room. Throne room. Oh, we have the chess game as well that I wanted to play. So we have a couple things to do outside, but we have tennis shoes. Tennis shoes will save us so many steps when we're outdoors, which I love. And now I'm starting to get excited about the possibility of actually getting 400 gold on a single day because we start it with a lucky coin purse. That's such a 5-head strat, if I do say so myself. Lucky coin purse. It's so much cooler to think about the idea that Simon is royalty. Simon might be goddamn royalty. The actual royalty, the royal blue prince himself. That is it adds so much weight to our story. The arrival at the Arindian ruins, all of these seminal moments throughout our playthrough so far that now just have so much more importance to them. I love that archives discovery that we made. So cool. Got to rotate the rotunda. I think that's my only way out here. And I think we got to rotate it twice, so we're sitting around here, but only for a little while. We did get 5 success. I forgot we got the 5 triggers for the crates as well. I'm just going to quickly note that in my... Put that add in case that doesn't actually do anything for us. We're going to be we're going from 8 to 14 total crates removed. But who knows, maybe that's enough to actually get us somewhere. Let's check the coin purse before I forget. We already did what we needed to do in the archives, so there's nothing else in the house that needs to be done besides going to the coat check and then coming back to the planetarium if we actually have the steps to do it. But there's nothing else to go for, like a break room, so we might as well try. So I can go through the weight room. We already flipped that lever for whatever it's worth, although hopefully it didn't close the door outside. I think I can just go down here, though, and go to our coat check. And the crown is going to go back to room 46. That's the other reason to do this, though, is because we can get back to room 46. We know how to do that. But getting back a lucky coin purse, that one is that's a much tougher ask than... as tough as it is to get your hands on a rabbit's foot alone. It's probably a rarer item than, definitely a much rarer item than the crown. But we know how to get the crown. So, and we now have something to shoot for with all our gold. All our gold is not just useless wealth. Okay, these do in fact lead to piles of rubble to the left and to the right. We still have, there's no cursed coffers here. But we need now to go and draft the shrine again. And maybe I'm going to actually have the courage to open this cursed coffers. I'm debating letting you guys give me some advice on the cursed coffers. I'm a little unsure what that would be. If I were going to have you give me advice, I think I would just, if I were going to ask this, I'm not sure if I'm asking it yet, but I would probably say, am I going to break my game? Am I going to hate my blueprints? Am I going to hate the game if I open these cursed coffers? The fact that they are hinting at this box so heavily with this note kind of makes me feel like we should go for it. And just accept, you know, if it puts some restrictions on our draft, that might even be more fun. You know, live with some, as if you were playing Hollow Knight with bindings on. Just you're playing with some extra draft restrictions that are going to make things more fun. You know, you gotta spice up the difficulty sometimes with your rogue light, especially when so many drafts are so. We never have any worries all these days, basically. There's almost never a care in the world on any with any of our resources. We're gonna do the chess thing, and then was there something else we wanted to do outside? Was there something else that we were gonna do out here? What else? This is not the way to the chess. Was there something else I was going to do outside? Why am I thinking that I had like 3 things to do outdoors? We went back to the antechamber. What else was I thinking of doing? I think I must have made up something in my head. Because now I can't think of it. I might be thinking of the tents. The fact that the blue tents add something to our campsite. I think I have been prematurely thinking about excitedly going to check the state of our campsite after purchasing blue tents. That's not a thing yet. Throne room is at 5-2. 5-2. The queen, or the study, is at 8-2. And then I think we had the if the throne room was here, that means the nook, I think, was right here, because the library was right there. Yeah. And then the pawn, you just throw anywhere, and it works eventually. The chapel was right here, and the observatory was right here. Yay. I think we're going with king, though. We do actually have to walk around, I guess. 6 add 6 tor lor et. 6 add 6 tor lor et. Does this have anything to do with the actual chess puzzle that we're in? The chess room that we're in? Each day you may choose a color. Rooms of the chosen color are more likely to be drawn while drafting. I think that's the one I want. Because all the others are, I don't know, more boring. At the same time, getting more gold is a lot easier if you have Piety of the Bishop. Now, with that said, you have to both get 400 gold and draft a shop. And that gift shop is rare. This one is the corners, right? I don't want that one. I'm actually contemplating the bishop now, though. This one just seems so... We never need keys. When do we ever need keys? I'm never going to pick the queen. This one also is weird because you do have to get to rank 8. Although, oh my gosh, if I'd have thought about this. It doesn't let us pick king, though. If I'd have thought about this, we could have put the foundation at rank 8. And that would have let us, provided we have a key card, instantly reach rank 8. And therefore get our buff of choice to start the day. But the fact that you can't pick king makes this pretty... Ugh. Gotta get to rank 8 and I don't get to choose king. I think I want the king because the gift shop is rare. And I think we should be able to get 400 gold. There are ways, right? There are ways with a lucky coin purse. There are ways. I will accept this power. Let's do it. And this may be just more fun anyways because we may not pick shop every single day. Who knows? Maybe some days, maybe one of these days we'll do a hallway draft so we can actually just draft the tunnel all the way from rank 1 to rank 9. We got to do that at some point. I don't know what we're supposed to do about this castle puzzle. I need to spend some time reviewing that cutscene. Castle, court, cloak. And now we have a new note with cursed coffers to think over. Oh, I finally remembered, guys. I finally remembered. There was a third thing that I was gonna do outside, and I'm glad I remembered. That I didn't just start running back in the house to go to the frickin' planetarium and call it a day, but I almost forgot about our experiment. Now there's still a crap ton of crates in this room. So 5 more crates out of the way today doesn't necessarily mean anything. Oh, I did the math wrong, by the way. 8 plus 5 is 13. So we've removed 13 crates, not 14. Excuse me. Math is hard. It's fun, but it's tough. I don't think 13 crates is going to be enough though to get us through. Yeah, there's still, man, there are so many. Why? Who put all these crates here? Wait a second. Whoa, what is this? Oh my God, there looks like there is a tomb here. Oh my God, there is a thing right behind this set of crates. That's not another set of crates. It looks like one of the tombs from the catacombs. Sorry, one of the... Not the catacombs. Well, I guess maybe the catacombs has it too, but I'm talking about like, you know, the... So there's the tomb that you draft. There's the actual tomb. And inside of the tomb, there are tombs, right? Where the actual bodies are buried inside of. They're not called coffins, right? Maybe they are coffins though. Because I thought a coffin is like buried underground. But the tomb is the one that rests. I don't know. I don't know what my terminology is supposed to be here. But I feel like that's what I'm seeing here. Just like Lady Epson and Baron Sinclair, Uncle Sinclair are buried in the tomb. It looks like somebody else might be buried in the tunnel? I don't know. Okay, we're getting close. Maybe we don't have to go all the way through. Maybe this tunnel doesn't actually lead to some new part of the estate. It just gets us to whatever this thing is. And maybe no more. Okay, exciting. I can't see anything more than that, but we have at least an idea, an inkling of what we are looking forward to the next time that we get to remove some more crates. But that's where we'll wrap up this installment of Blueprints. Day 44 is coming to an end. Thank you all so much for joining me for this installment and for hanging out with me to the end of the video. You guys are awesome. Love having you along for the ride here. This awesome journey that seemingly never ends, but realistically, do you want it to? At some point, it's got to come to an end. I don't know what will be the end of our playthrough. I don't exactly know what a win con looks like in this game, and I don't really want to know just yet. I'm still having fun pressing forward and trying to figure things out. But I love now that we have a goal. We have a very clear objective in front of us when it comes to the gift shop. We have taken care of the laundry room and the thing that was supposed to be dug up there, but I do still have questions about the Mechanarium. Feel free to answer those questions that have been posed previously in the video, and we will go from there. What other things do we still have in front of us? Our buff of the king is going to allow us to do some fun things with shops or whatever set of rooms we decide to give ourselves. It could be fun to pick red if you actually have the crown to start your day. There could be all sorts of fun combinations with this buff. The Banner of the King is what it's called. Oh, and I can actually choose the color. We didn't get to choose it today. Today is definitely red, though, because of the furnace and the archives and the other stuff that we did today. So we're choosing it a little bit late in the draft, but we still got to choose nonetheless. I'm trying to remember what I'm doing here. I'm going to a planetarium. That's what I'm doing. We've never got to call it a day in the planetarium until today. Our first time, I think. I hope I'm not misremembering. I'm also just very close to being on the brink of running out of steps, but we are going to make it home thanks to those wonderful running shoes. We've got a moon pendant as well. It's going to carry over some items for us, and then we'll have 50 stars to start day 45. Another Inkwell day, guys, most likely, in all likelihood. The antechamber turned out to be such an interesting discovery out in the outer room, because it actually did lead somewhere. And I think that means that the note from Her Ladyship's diary has paid off. So that lead, it feels like we can check off our list. Have we figured out what that note means? No. Solid as a scepter? What did it say again? Scepter, stones, thrones, crowns, cursed coffers. I think the answer to that is we've probably got to open some cursed coffers. We ended up with a garden castle today. A garden castle. And the realization that that Simon is, in fact, part of the royal lineage. So it would seem. Poggers. I'm so excited to learn more. Continually making discoveries, crates to remove, cursed coffers to open. Oh, the direction, and blue tents to buy. That's got to be the thing I'm most excited about, because now it's like this extra challenge. Can we actually reach what would have previously been thought of some absurd, insurmountable number of 400 gold? I think we can make it happen. Maybe we will do that on day 45. Tune in to find out. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.